David was dying of syphilis. To break up with his girlfriend, he lied to Lily telling her it was over. He said he had found a rich sugar mommy. Their relationship was just a fling. He asked for a clean break. Lily was begging David not to leave her. She cried and pleaded, kneeling down and holding him. She even threatened to hurt herself. But David walked away unmoved. He thought their paths would never cross again. But 1 year later, he crashed into her Porsche while delivering food. Seeing her step out of the car looking radiant, he frantically hit his terminal diagnosis letter. Her driver rushed over before Lily could, yelling at the delivery guy, "How do you ride your bike? Can you even afford to pay for this car?" David kept his head down, terrified of Lily seeing him like this. He apologized and said if it was his fault, he would find a way to pay. He said this while trying to lift his electric bike. He wanted to escape Lily's sight immediately, to stop her from recognizing him, but the next second, his eyes met hers. She wore a red dress, as beautiful as a swan, with a very expensive gemstone necklace around her neck. Her eyes were bright, and she carried an elegant cold aura. David panicked, his eyes darting away. Lily recognized him, her face instantly turning cold. She scoffed, saying he could never afford to pay, asking if he knew how much the car cost. Her voice was icy without a trace of feeling. She was now a popular star in the entertainment industry, and meeting again he was just a delivery guy. Facing her now, all he could offer was his blessing and happiness for her. He said sorry, and asked to calculate the cost, promising to try and pay. He looked at the driver, asking to exchange contacts. Just as the driver was about to, Lily stopped him, saying it wasn't necessary, with a scoff. She said he could never pay it back in this lifetime, so just let it be. She told the driver they were leaving and walked to the luxury car. After a few steps, she suddenly stopped and stared at him. She told David not to use this method to get her attention again. They were no longer the same kind of people. She told him to look at what he had become. Even if he wanted to regret it, there was no chance now. Was that how she saw him in her heart? It felt like a knife stabbed right through his chest. The pain was intense. He could only force his emotions down. About 6 months prior, he was diagnosed with late-stage syphilis. The doctor gave him less than a year. That was a critical time for his startup, and also a pivotal period for Lily's talent show competition. They had known and loved each other for 10 years, both coming to the big city from their hometown. They dreamed of a future where he ran his own business, and she made her way in showbiz. When he had money, he would invest in her films, and shield her from the industry's dark side. They would buy a big house in the city with more money, have 2 kids, and watch the stars together as a family. Back then, Lily would snuggle on his shoulder and whine, asking if they could skip the kids. She wanted it to be just the 2 of them under the stars. That would be their own special time. He smiled, vowing in his heart to treat this woman right no matter what. He would give everything to give her a good life. But those beautiful dreams were shattered by a terminal cancer diagnosis. It broke everything apart. The next day, while Lily was at her competition, he moved out of their place, leaving all his remaining money for Lily. He cut all contact and broke up with her suddenly. On that phone call, he said the cruelest, most heartless things of his life, all to Lily. He called her a naive good-for-nothing, who was no help for his career, only interested in eating, drinking, and having fun. He said she was just dead weight, and he would never succeed with her. She begged him not to go, promising she would change. She promised she would stop fooling around and follow him seriously. She pleaded for him not to leave her. He was sorry, but he had to leave. With less than a year left, he couldn't drag her down. Leaving was the only way to protect her. Hearing her heart-wrenching sobs, his own heart felt like it was being sliced open. Tears streamed down his face silently. He ended it, telling her if she really believed in herself to prove him wrong.